Chalica shorts, Chalica shorts. This is a Chalica short. Yeah!
The sixth UU principle is the goal of a world community with peace and justice for all, or put simply, building a fair and peaceful world. The sixth principle is a huge deal in my life because I'm a public defender. So it's my job to make sure that people who are poor have the same access to the courts that someone who isn't poor would have. I get a lot of pushback on that job because often people who have been victims of crimes themselves, ask me, how could you help someone who has been, who would hurt me or hurt someone else? Or, how can you help criminals? And I think that it's so important to remember that people who hurt others tend to be hurting. And our society is only as fair as what happens to the people who are treated the least fairly. And so, if a rich person can be released for that crime, then what are we doing? What is justice? What is fair if different people are held to different standards based on their economic level? And frankly, a lot of other levels as well, a lot of socioeconomic implications, a lot of racial implications, cultural implications, religious implications. There are a lot more pieces of this puzzle that lead to someone being poor and facing criminal charges. So when we think about fair and peaceful, we have to think about what we do when things aren't peaceful and when things aren't fair. And so a lot of my job is addressing what is and isn't fair. A lot of my job is also making sure people go to treatment instead of going to prison, or trying to find alternative paths for them that doesn't cause more trauma the way that prison can. So for me, building a more fair and just world means standing up for the people who are in the worst position to see the worst side of our justice system.